Let's do this in stages. Let me first ask, are you tired of the noise, pollution, and the hectic pace of life in the States like we've all become accustomed to? It's not something that we like, but we do have to accept it. And then the next question becomes, would you like to live in a tropical environment, surrounded by nature, really in a beautiful setting with perfect, gorgeous climate, and simply call it home and put that frenzied lifestyle in the past? If that's something that appeals to you, please stick around, and at the end of this video, we'll show you how to get things done and moving forward to see how you can achieve your dream of living here in Costa Rica. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about my own journey to Costa Rica, and it sort of happened for me in stages. The first trip, well over 30 years ago, I just simply fell in love with the place. I don't know how else to put it. These amazing beaches that are just wild. They look and feel as if they did probably 100 years ago. And that's something that appealed to me. It wasn't overdeveloped. It wasn't something that looked cookie cutter. So, the idea is, if you're thinking about or have thought about moving here or want to move here, and give yourself an opportunity to at least give shape to your future dream of having a home here. And that home can be used for rental income. That home can be used to live here half the year. The home can be used to retire here. It's all a matter of personal preference and how you'd like to shape your future. And that's really what we do here at GreenBuilt Costa Rica. We shape futures, and we give, how can I say, we give life to your vision and to your dream. We just express it for you. You tell us what you'd like, what you're thinking, and in combination with myself and my team of brilliant architects, we give you architectural renders, we give you design options, until eventually it says, that's it. That's what I want, Mike. You've got it. And so that's how the progress would be to envision your home here. The second stage of my ultimate dream and fantasy, really, of living in this tropical paradise in the middle of Central America began a little over 20 years ago. I started thinking about what I could do here. Could I translate my business, or would my business translate here? And in the beginning, I have to tell you, it was a struggle. But the crews that I have today are actually an evolution of where I began, because you have to be able to provide, let's say, an American product in a foreign country, and that's not easy. It's not something everyone can do. I've had clients tell me, I want my home to look like it was built by an American for Americans. And it sounds easy, but the work crew is local. They are Costa Ricans, make no mistake. But thankfully, over the last couple decades, I've given, how can I say, a polish to my crew, and they take pride in what they do, which was not something that was readily available or visible in the beginning. So today, I offer turnkey construction. We help the client step by step, each step of the way. So what would it be? Well, you give us your ideas. We take it to our architect, who works under our umbrella of GreenBuilt Costa Rica. And they start giving you, let's say, 2 to 3 rounds of renders. You say, I like this, but can you move this window over here? Can you make the pool bigger? Can you make the pool smaller? Whatever you, and so after 2 or 3 rounds of that, eventually the client says, that's it. That's exactly what I want. And after that, what happens? Well, then becomes what I would call the real work of this process is I have to start on your behalf, moving with permits from the municipality. The architect has to supply to the School of Engineering and Architects the plans to your home, and step by step, the water, the electricity availability. All these things are truly, how can I say, so important. They're not sexy topics, but they're truly, how can I say, germane to having any project go well. Plumbing, electricity, not sexy topics, but if they're not done well from the get-go, you're never going to have peace of mind with your home long term. It's always going to be something. And unfortunately, we see an excess of that here. I'm a little bit different, and I like to offer a 2-year structural warranty that frankly no one does. I have to take pride in what I do. These are like my kids, these homes. Not everybody makes it to the website with a video and some blurbs. So we have to understand that if you help me do my job, in exchange, I offer you a beautiful home that will give you many, many years of service to come. So to give you a little bit more info, because I'm speaking in broad general terms, I want to get a little bit more nitty-gritty and tell you how it goes with each step of the process. The architect obviously is the first. We have to apply for permitting at the municipal level. There's insurance, there's soil testing that the client pays for to tell us what we can and what we cannot build, and the municipality sets those standards. And so during this process, you'll be getting, once a shovel goes into the ground and we've been approved and your home gets underway, weekly, I offer you videographic reports. I do a written report every week. This is what we've done this week. This is what is coming next week. And after the first month or two, you get tired of it, but for me, it's an obligation. And maybe not get tired of it. Some people get really excited during this step and others get frustrated. Why isn't it moving faster? Well, if you give us the time, the 6 to 8 months it requires to build a nice home, I'm sure you'll be pleased with the end result. Okay, so really to really initiate this whole process, it requires communication. And I'm a big believer in having great communication with my clients. We need to have a conversation via WhatsApp. You need to tell me what your expectations are, what your thoughts are, what your working budget is for construction costs only, so I get a better idea. And the idea is not that I spend the money that you have to spend on a home. The idea is to know what that number is, construction only, for how many square feet, square meters, because of where we are. And from there, either back up the numbers or tell you we're okay and we can actually do more for the budget that we have. But I need to know, in concrete terms. Doesn't have to be precise down to the nickel, but I need to have a general idea of what your budget is for construction costs only, so I can then start to provide a quote with my crew chief, and we study the project together. It goes into architecture, and from there I can give you a detailed preliminary report and a quote, more importantly, of what it's going to cost to build your home, and a breakdown of the fees that's separate, municipality, the architecture, the insurance, and things like this that are all part of the inevitable cost of building a home here. Nobody gets out. So I think, that being said, I think if you can respond to the questionnaire at the bottom of the page to give me an initial idea, we can then schedule a call, and I think it'll be enjoyable and informative for you. I'm providing a service, and for me, it's one of the most important decisions that any of us make, where we're going to build a home and how easy and smoothly that home is going to go, or what difficulty and challenges that build is going to bring. Either way, we get it done. That's our policy.